We're back at the park, and I wanted to make a part 2 to the last video I made talking about how I bail down handrails. I personally am pretty scared to skate handrails, so I feel like I've had a lot of experience bailing. Sometimes I can't wrap my mind around actually trying a trick down handrail, but I'm gonna share a couple ways that I've figured out how to like at least start somewhere and then kind of boost my confidence to then eventually try to put both feet on the board, try to get on the rail or whatever. I'm gonna go get warmed up, get the legs moving, and then I'm gonna go to the stair set and I'll show you a couple of the ways I get down a handrail. So the way I go about bailing down a handrail, like say trying a trick for the first time, whether it's a new spot or a new trick, what I'll do is I will look at where I want to get on the handrail. And usually where I start is somewhere pretty far down the rail. Depends on the trick. If I'm doing 50-50s and stuff, I'll try my best to just lock into a 50-50. If I absolutely cannot get myself to try the 50-50, what I will do is I will start ollieing kind of like over, land in like a cross lock that's on the other side of the rail, and then I'll just jump off. That bail is going to be a little more of like a, even if you don't lock in solid on top, you kind of lock on the side that's going over the rail, and you almost like ollie into it knowing that you're going to jump off to the other side. For board slides and lip slides, you can kind of bail out of them, but you almost always have to commit to some sort of board slide or lip slide. Like you have to get on the rail in order for this to work. Try to pop onto the rail, get into a board slide or lip slide, and just kick it away. Once you feel it hit, you kind of get an idea of how the rail is going to slide, and then you can get closer to getting comfortable doing the trick. The closest bail that I would do if I was really scared to like actually put my board on the rail is I would try to just almost gap to the bottom of the rail and just kick out at it, just to kind of establish how much distance I have to cover to really like get in that safe zone of the rail. Sometimes I'll just like almost shifty ollie over the rail, kick out, and then kind of tuck and roll, because that in my head gets the motion kind of programmed of like, all right, it's going to take this long for me to get onto the rail because of the rail height, the stairs length, and you know, all types of stuff like that. I just kind of get used to the dimensions of what I'm skating. If I'm doing something like a flip in grind, I will still aim pretty far down the rail, but I'll just jump to 1 foot. The bails are kind of similar to jumping downstairs. They all are the same once you get to the ground. You can do the same like walk out of it sort of thing, depending on how fast you're going, or you can plant your foot and roll like I showed you in the last video. I'm gonna put a link to it on one of the sides of the screen, and just go watch that. All this is gonna make a lot more sense because it's all connected in some way. So the same way that I would bail down the stairs, kind of plant 1 foot and either like run away or roll, I'll do the same with the handrail, except the first step I take is on the rail. I'll bail the trick, step on the rail, step to the ground, or bail the trick, step on the rail, roll on the ground. Just really depends on what you're skating, the size of the stairs, size of the handrail, like all that comes into play. Usually you can get out of a handrail trick like pretty good, depending on how you plant your front foot. Sometimes when the rail's a little bit longer, you can put 2 feet on the rail and you kind of just continue the same bail like you would do down the stairs. You would kind of like run on the rail, like 1-2 step, and then jump to the bottom. And then if there's a lot of impact, it's 1-2 on the rail, step to the ground, plant your foot, roll. It's all the same bail, it's just you're adding a couple more steps in the beginning. For frontside nose blunt slides, I will do the exact same thing that I do on ledges, but on a handrail. I'll put the video up here so you can watch that. It's everything I know about nose blunt slides to kind of help you understand how to do that trick if you're wondering, but also you can see how I bail on a ledge and how that translates to this. Once you kind of figure that like tightrope sort of dance thing, like a lot of handrail skaters can do, you'll start gaining confidence because you know that like you could like incrementally get closer to the trick you're trying. Henry Gartland, RIP, was so good at doing this. I watched him run down handrails. I'm talking like 15 stair handrails, but it was a bail that he could lock in, jump off, and just safely get to the bottom. I think sometimes trying tricks on handrails, it's scary because it's just like black and white. Like you start at the beginning and you're thinking of the end, but you don't think of the middle and you don't think of progress in the middle. When I'm scared of tricks, I try to think of the progress in the middle, which for me would be like the first try I just completely bailed. Second try I put my foot on the rail, but my board came with me a little more. Third try, I locked in. Fourth try, I actually grinded the rail. Fifth try, or so on, I landed. With kickflip blip, you kind of see how I'll like pop over the rail, kind of pop a little higher. Like a lot of people have always said that like you kickflip super high when you go into grind tricks. And it's not because like I'm trying to kickflip high, because you know, I want it to look powerful, even though it's dope when it does look like that. In my mind, if I pop higher, that means I just have more time to decide between myself and the rail. That's just the style of skating I like to do. It's how I've kind of kept myself safe. I think of the little things like that, and I treat it the same way I do with jumping down stairs. I get comfortable, and it gets me to a point where I'll land the one that I want, because I almost am like practicing while I'm doing the trick. This isn't every grind trick, but these are like some of the more common ones that I would do. It's just a couple that I use that keep me confident and kind of keep me out of my own head. Just remember, when you do flip-in tricks, you want to catch the board, always. After that, that's your business, but at least just catch the board so you can go kick it away or commit to it and land the trick. So I just had a real short one for you today. Just wanted to continue what I was talking about in the last video. Kind of try to cover as much as I could without getting into like every single variation of a trick, because that would be a 3-hour video. Just wanted to come on here, give you guys the part 2 you asked for, and try to share some knowledge that I've gained over the years. If you want a part 3 or want to know about specific tricks that I do or how to bail certain tricks, if you want me to elaborate a little more on some of the things I talked about in this video, drop a comment, let me know. I love to make videos to help you guys out, and I love relearning all this stuff myself. Drop a like and please subscribe. Thank you to those who've subscribed from the last video. That's huge for me, and we're just climbing to 10K. It's my goal for the end of the year, and if I hit that, I'd be stoked. That'd be the best Christmas present y'all could give me. So thank you so much, and as always, till next time, peace.